Why do Immortal players pick these heroes? How do Immortal players time their items? Why do Immortal players always seem to be ahead of you? Hey guys, this is DATOHLEONG, and in this video, I'm going to be explaining everything I do with Pangolier. You guys enjoyed the Night Stalker inside of mine, so let us move on to a more mechanical intensive hero, Pangolier. I know I don't reply to every comments, but I read them all. So please like this video and leave your hero requests in the comments. Of course, I wouldn't want to spoil any game, so I will only play the heroes that fits the game and the meta well. Pangolier is one of my favorite heroes at the moment. It is really fun to play with and very versatile in what he can do in the game, so I usually pick it really early in the draft. However, the draft somehow ended up like this. There are two ways we can look at this draft. The first way is that we have some weird ass shit hero and we fucking lost. The second way, and how I personally see this draft, is that we have decent catch and crowd control with Puck's Coil and Concuss X Mark. X will have a hard time blink calling into a smoke, and all of our heroes are pretty hard to kill. Therefore, as much as I hate my teammates for picking 5 cores, I'll play to the strength of these heroes. Also, from the looks of the draft, my opponents will need at least 3 heroes in the lane to completely shut me down. If they were to do that, X will have to cut waves and Slug will have a complete free farm lane. Puck also has high damage at level 1, so even if X cuts wave, he will be taking a significant amount of damage, so I will be expecting either a 2-1-2 or a 1-1-3 setup from the Dire. Rune is spawning and I spotted 3 enemy heroes contesting the bottom rune. Unfortunately, Slug died. In order to make up for his goal loss, I'm going to man up and try for 2 bounty runes. Since I have no idea if I'm going to get any help in this lane, my only goal here is to secure the range creep from every creep wave, and I'm prepared to commit Swashbuckle to get them. Having Swashbuckle on cooldown is really dangerous, so I will draw the aggro of the melee creeps back and try to bait Shaman to one side of the lane, then Swashbuckle the range creep and land on the other side of the lane. Ricky realized he couldn't do anything against X, so he potted top. I won't be able to get a good farm if Shaman is constantly chasing me around, so I'm going to sacrifice some CS to bring him low so he stays out of my lane. Due to a bunch of random actions, we somehow ended up with 3 melee creeps and 1 range creep, while the Dire have 1 melee creep and 1 range creep. We are going to make use of this slight creeps advantage to outtrade our opponents and force them to burn their regens. The creep wave now is under enemy tower and it's really easy for Lifestealer to farm. If I were to run down to put a big camp, I will not make it in time, so my solution is to creep skip and bring the wave back to my desired position. Since the Radiant creeps are under Dire tower, the wave will push and end up in front of my tower so I can farm safely. Slug got crushed on the safe lane and the Dire decided to rotate all supports top and try to shut me down. Having 3 heroes in my lane means that they will be sharing experience. My plan now is to stay alive and leech experience without dying. To do that, I put the big camp so I can farm under tower. My team noticed that both enemy supports are on top, so they try to bring X down with 3 heroes. When the Dire notice the aggression on X, they will definitely dive me because my teammates are busy fighting. Thus, I won't even be trying to draw creep aggro and stay out of vision until X dies. Seven minutes in, I have boots, a stick and a javelin. This is not the best, but it is enough to make things happen. Ricky is rotating in and I need 1 more creep experience to hit level 6. In order for us to kill Shaman, I have to get level 6 and get off the roll, so I'm going to make a defensive Swashbuckle and let Ricky bait out the spells. Nine minutes in and I'm farming defensively against Lifestealer. For some reason, every Dire hero decided to show on the map. The greedy Lifestealer only have a naked Midas, so I'm going to capitalize on that and start trading kits aggressively. After the death, Lifestealer decided to TP back to top, and since it is Bunti rune time, every dire hero once again shows on the map, so rinse and repeat. This time, Tuska is here to save the day, but unless I got caught by the snowball stun, there is no way I die, so all I have to do is to roll early. As I was making my escape, Ricky potted in, so I'm going to bait a little. The fight at top was a little too close for comfort, so I will purchase a casual bracer and raindrops. My next item choice is going to be Diffuser Blade. Since there are 4 strength hero on the dire team with low mana pool, Diffuser on Pango becomes extremely valuable. I will not be upgrading the Javelin into a Maelstrom because the hammer costs half the price of a Diffuser, and I want to hit an earlier timing with that item. An offlaner farming for a 3000 gold item is not impossible, especially for Pangolier. However, it is important that my greed doesn't involve stealing farm from my other cores, so I will choose the more dangerous part of the map to farm and leave the safe neutrals and lanes for my other cores. Being in an aggressive position means that I will most likely eat all the ganks, so as long as I survive, we are winning the map game. The casual braces and raindrops paid off well. My role in fights now is to play as a cover. I should never be the one to initiate a fight because we have Puck, Kunkka, Slug and Ricky to do so. There are 4 melee heroes on our team, so if we clump too much, X is going to punish us hard. My job here is to make sure to counter initiate and draw out the fights. The more Swashbuckle I hit, the lesser mana they have. Once these strength heroes run out of mana, they are practically a creep. You must be wondering what just happened. Puck got dismembered by Pudge, so I uses Rolling Thunder to cancel the channel. After stunning Pudge for 2 times, the Rolling Thunder duration is running out, so I'm retreating to a safer position. I could have finished off tasks by myself, but X was missing, so I slowed him with Diffuser and let my team finish him off while I retreat to a safer position. X is once again off the map, so I will have the defensive Swashbuckle. Winning the early game with a 5-core lineup allowed us to snowball with our items and level advantage. I hope you guys learned the importance of getting the right items at the right order. Understand your role in fights. Sometimes you are the initiator, sometimes you are the counter initiator, and sometimes you are just a save. Even when you are playing on a clowny draft, try and look at the strength of each hero and play around it. I'm not saying that you will win 100% of the time by doing that, but it is better than not trying at all. Thank you for listening to the end of the video. If you enjoyed my Dota 2 content, do hit the like, share, subscribe, and turn on the notifications, so I'll see you in the next video.